Hello, everyone, and welcome to Canvas, the Niger Delta Roundtable. This is where we paint the picture of this oil-bearing region. It is Monday, December 2nd, 2019. Once every week, like you know, on this station, we devote 1 hour of our time reflecting on topics relevant to the progressive development of the Niger Delta and its people. Today is not going to be any different, as we're here once again to focus on how to take the region to a more promising future. We want to remind you that the program is sponsored by the Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria Limited, headquartered in Port Harcourt. Many thanks to our sponsors and to you, the listener, for finding time to always join us every now and then. Today, we are going to be discussing developing creativity for national transformation. That's right, developing creativity for national transformation. Now, it has been said that innovation or creativity has a strong relationship with national transformation. Today, the global competitiveness of nations is characterized by the level of innovation and how it has revolutionized their economies. Twyla Tharp has this powerful quote on change and innovation. The only thing I fear more than change is no change. The business of being static makes me nuts. It took men and women that were tired of a static economic pattern to bring about a radical revolution of their political economy. And that's the quote of Twyla Tharp. Smart Uzechi is my name, and here with me in the studio is an HR professional, an avid reader, a wide researcher, a public speaker, and a prolific writer. I have here with me Mr. Maxwell Ejims. Mr. Maxwell Ejims began his career at the Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria Limited, SPDC, spanning over 10 years, where he rose to the position of Regional HR Process and System Advisor for Sub-Saharan Africa. During his time in Shell, he received several special recognition awards for successful coordination and implementation of key projects in Nigeria, Gabon, Cameroon, and the Global Shell Group. Mr. Maxwell is a fellow of the Institute of Management Consultants of Nigeria, a member of Chartered Institute of Personnel Management, CIPMN, a member of the Oil and Gas Trainers Association of Nigeria, OGTAN. He is also a certified management consultant with practicing license around the world and a certified lean practitioner and management specialist in time management with distinction in London Graduate School. Mr. Maxwell has a deep passion for change and continuous improvement in Africa and is currently involved in several projects and initiatives geared towards development of the region. He has authored and published 2 books and over a dozen e-copy books. He is currently the managing director of Maxi Soft Solutions Company and Consulting Limited. Mr. Maxwell Ejims, good morning to you and welcome to Canvas, the Niger Delta Roundtable.
Good morning, Smart, and good morning, listeners.
Thank you so much, and that's the voice of my guest here in the studio this morning. Of course, you have to stick around. After this short but quick break, we're going to come back and we'll delve straight into the topic, developing creativity for national development. Don't go away. We'll be right back with Canvas.
My name is Agunwa Gloriolomach. I'm from Oyibo River State. I'm one of the beneficiaries of the Shell Credit to Career Scholarship Scheme. I'm a student at University of Calabar. I can remember vividly in primary school when my headmaster came to the class. He told us about an exam we'll be taking. I stayed up all night. I was reading. One fateful Saturday, my mom woke me up. She was telling me that I passed. When I got to Jefta, it wasn't easy blending with the other students coming from a very remote place in Oyibo. I was just being overjoyed by the thought of being in a school like Jefta, eating good food. If you go to the various schools, you see the scholars topping their classes. Why? Because SPDC really cared for them. Thank you for giving me hope. Thank you for giving me a new life.
Authentic voices, supported by the Shell Petroleum Development Company joint venture, including NNPC, SPDC, TEPNG, and NAOC.
Welcome back to Canvas. Mr. Maxwell is here with me in the studio and is very much ready to lead our discussion of the topic, developing creativity for national transformation. If you would like to join the conversation here, please do call us on the following numbers: 084-550-977. You can also call us on 084-555-977. That will be when we open the phone lines. You can call us on 084-550-977 or call us on 084-555-977. You can also send us an SMS to the number 0818-239-4143. SMS only to the number 0818-239-4143. Please do not call this latest number, 0818-239-4143. SMS only to that particular line. You can also follow the conversation live by tweeting at our Twitter handle at Canvas on Air. That will be at Canvas on Air. The Canvas has only one S. And you can also go ahead there by commenting on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Canvas on Air. That will be on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Canvas on Air. The conversation can be continued even after the show by joining our very vibrant social media community. Your comments and contributions are very important to us. On Twitter again, our handle is at Canvas on Air, and on Facebook we are www.facebook.com/Canvas on Air. On Facebook, once again, we are www.facebook.com/Canvas on Air. We're back here in the studio. Mr. Maxwell Ejims is very much seated here. You can agree with me that he qualifies to actually speak on the subject we've chosen today, developing creativity for national development. And Mr. Maxwell, we're going to break it down, if you don't mind, so that we can carry along every one of our listeners on the same page and on the same bus with us this morning. We've been talking about creativity, development, and national transformation. Can I start by asking you, what really is creativity? And that's on one hand, and on the other hand, national transformation, after the other, so we can actually know what we're in for this morning.
Okay, thank you very much, Smart. I'm very happy to be here to be talking on this very vital and important topic, developing creativity for national transformation. I know we all look for transformation. That is something that we all desire to have, but there cannot be transformation without creativity. I'll start by explaining or defining what creativity is all about. Creativity is the ability to use your imagination to develop new ideas and originate things that are valuable to humanity. Creativity is the ability to turn ideas to great results or reality. So creativity is the mother of innovation, invention, and transformation. Note something very important in the definition: value to humanity. We all want value, and people want to have value for their money. And so value creation is very key when you talk about creativity. And that's what creativity is all about: creating value, multiplying the value, and distributing the values to everyone. And so if you talk about creativity, you'll be talking about value. And so how do you measure value? Value is measured on how things can be faster, how things can be easier, how things can be better in terms of quality, and also how things can be safer in the way they are being operated upon. So basically, we want speed, we want things to be done with less effort, that's easier, and we want to have better quality of products, goods, services, and our processes. And that's what creativity helps to bring about. And so when we begin to bring up ideas and create or originate things that are valuable, then we will be able to transform the society. And that's why creativity is very fundamental in transformation. And like I also did say, creativity is a learnable skill. It's an ability, innate ability, which we need to develop. And we need to develop it by transformational learning, training, and education. And here, I would like to emphasize that the kind of education is not what we have currently in Nigeria. Nigeria is evolving, but I think we will get there. Education is not just the learning of facts, but it is training the mind to think creatively. So creativity is very, very key to all forms of development and transformation. Now, what is transformation? Transformation actually means a complete change from one situation to another, a total departure from the old order to the new. And so creativity, transformation is not accidental. And so it comes as a result of deliberate creative efforts. And so there's a connection between the two. So transformation, departing from the old order to the new. We all want new things, want new phones. Everybody wants the higher versions of things. Why? Because of the value creation. So creativity helps us to create value, add more value to existing products and goods and processes and whatever we already have existing. And that's why people always desire to be in the new state. Okay? So transformation is very, very key. Nigeria is our great country, and we are evolving, but we're not where we ought to be. And that's why we need more creativity, have more creative people from the leadership down to the least person in the society or in the country to be able to help us achieve this transformation we all desire. So national transformation, what is it? Well, it has to do with the dimension. So transformation can exist even as a person can be transformed. Your family can be transformed. Your state, your local government, the region, Niger Delta, as well as the nation, Nigeria, can be transformed. So national transformation is when the transformation assumes a nationwide dimension. And how do we know that a nation is being transformed? It is when we have the following indices I'm going to mention now, then you can now say, yes, we are being transformed, or we are still on that journey of transformation. When there is human capital development, when there's economic growth and empowerment, when there is good educational system, when there is quality health care sector, we have standard infrastructures, strong institutions, good governance, adequate security, respect for the rule of law, and human rights, etc. These are indices or parameters that help us measure and rank national transformation. And here we can now say, Nigeria, are we transformed or are we on the journey? So this is very, very important. So creativity necessitates national transformation.
Beautiful. I think we're going to keep that question for you much later to ask, because we're domesticating this to the region here. We're going to ask, do we have creativity or creative people in the region? Are we using that to transform the region? But before we get there, what is the relationship then between creativity and national transformation, especially as it has to do with the region here, the Niger Delta?
Thank you very much, Smart, for that question. Like I did say, there is a direct link between creativity and transformation. When we say national, we're looking at the nationwide. Niger Delta is part of the nation. So creativity is the mother of transformation. Okay, when we begin to be creative, then we begin to have transformation, changes, because we're adding value to the society. We're adding value in our educational sector. We're adding value in our hospitals. We're adding value in all the institutions we have. And so once that is established, then you'll be able to have transformation. So creativity transforms a nation. When you have creative people, then you can be sure you will have a transformed region and a transformed nation.
So, Mr. Maxwell,
creativity is very, very key.
Do you see that happening here in the region? Do you see this happening? Are we using our creativity to transform the region, as it were?
I will say partly yes. Yeah, we're making progress, but we're not yet there. So we need to do more. So each day we need to be creative. We need to ask ourselves, what can I do differently? What value can I add to impact other people and to impact the Niger Delta? So there are a lot of things we can do. We can create so many things in the IT industry, in the educational sector. You can become an entrepreneur and begin to, market a product that will be of value to the society. Quite a lot we can do in this region. And so we need to be a lot more creative and be asking ourselves, what value can I add? What can I do differently to impact my society, my environment, rather than destroying it? But what can I do to make this place a better place for everybody to live in and even to attract investors? So we need to be a lot more creative. We have creative youths already. The government is doing some things, developing the youth and all that. Even some industries like LifeWire, we just had your stuff. Somebody's talking about the benefits, he's got from the program organized by the oil and gas industry, Shell. So we have that going, but we need to deepen that. We need to continue to improve on that so that we can definitely have the transformation we all desire to see in the region.
Mr. Ejims, you've actually been around, where you were in the oil and gas industry. You've been around not just here in Nigeria, but across the African continent. And as a private practitioner consultant now, you're always going around. Are there examples of where creativity has actually been a vehicle of social change that you may be wanting to point this region to? Look at this region, or look at this part of the world. Creative ideas, help them to develop into what they are right now, help them to transform from what they used to be to where they are now. You want to point us to any of those places?
Sure. I have replete examples, but time will not allow me to talk about all of them.
As many
just
as
talk about a few of them, okay? Now, we all, if you're reading the news and following the trend of things, you will see that there are some countries that are very challenging. I'm telling you, Nigeria is really blessed. We're really blessed because we have the human resources and we have the natural resources. We have everything we need. But the problem here is that we lack capacity. Singapore, for instance, is a very small nation. From Malaysia, we had Singapore. And Singapore today is rated as the third highest per capita GDP in the world in terms of purchasing power parity. And they built capacity. They invested on human capacity building and also developing creativity of their youths. And this is even embedded in their educational system. Right from the cradle, they build those people and instill into them the importance of creativity, how they can solve problems and how they can better their societies and harness the limited resources they have to be able to attain transformation. So Singapore is one of the examples we have. Another example we have, which is even trending right now in Asia, is India. We all know what India is doing in Nigeria here and also over there in India. So India is improving in their performance in IT solutions and healthcare services. Most of our people go there for medical services. And not only that, in IT world, India is dominating. Currently, the Microsoft CEO is an Indian born, like Satya Nadella, and he's doing pretty well, better than his predecessor. And then we also have currently trending on social media the youth of 13 years, an Indian. And Google has employed him right now and is earning about $100,000 per month. That could be shocking and amazing, but that's a reality. Why? Because right from when he was 9 years old, we're told his dad taught him to be creative. His dad was a programmer, and he taught him how to solve problems and bring solutions to create business solutions. And he started with that, and Google was able to see him and then employed him. And today he's making waves. And that's a challenge to our youth today. We have all it takes. If you can conceive it and believe it, you can achieve it. So this is one of the examples. Let's come back home to Africa, West Africa, Ghana, just close to us here. You remember Ghana must go in those days. But today, Ghana has come to stay, and they are making waves in education. Most of our people send our children to Ghana. What are they doing differently? That's the question. They have understood, they sat down and went back to the drawing board and said, this kind of educational system cannot really fit in the 21st century. We must retweak, we must refine, we must rejig, and make sure we have the kind of educational system that will encourage creativity, problem solving, and value creation. And that's what they are doing today. Soft skills are being blended with technical skills, and people begin to think creatively, have that creative mindset and skill set to be able to solve national problems and even today affecting the world. And so we have quite a lot to learn from those people. So what is the secret? Of course, investment in capacity building, developing and promoting creativity, and also the passion for change and transformation. And I think if we can do this, we can as well achieve the same results or even more, because we have all it takes. We have the mineral resources, we have the human resources, and we have the talents that we can really develop to achieve this desire we all want to achieve.
Okay, Mr. Ejims, that's very challenging, particularly with the 13-year-old Indian. I hope our youth actually are taking that to heart, because you can, via creativity, just take yourself to the height of global recognition, and of course, get some fortune for yourself. In speaking about creativity, what can individuals here actually do to enhance or develop their creativity in specific terms?
Thank you very much. This question is very pertinent and relevant, especially addressing this topic. Now, individuals can develop creativity as follows. Number one, you have to have self-awareness through self-assessment. You must really identify your strengths and potentials. From creation, we are all wired to be creative. We have that innate ability, but we need to realize it and then develop it to be able to affect or impact our world. So we need to identify our strengths and potentials and then focus on them, maximize them, and then use them to the fullest. Number two, you need to develop 8 creative habits. I'm going to give to us quickly 8 creative habits, and I'm using each letter of the word creative just to help you remember. Now, the C stands for condition your mind to be quiet and relaxed for meditation, for reflection and creative thinking. You know, if you are very busy and noisy, you cannot really think. But when you have quiet moment to meditate, to reflect, to think creatively, ideas will begin to come. And then you have to read more inspiring books and articles. That's the arrow there. We need to read more, being curious to know things. And that's how you can be creative as well. And then you need to explore new territories for ideas, new information, and new insights. You know, you have to think outside the box and have a sort of divergent thinking. That's where you generate multiple options and ideas before you can now converge by selecting the best out of it. So we need to explore more ideas and more territories. And then you have to associate with creative minds and subject matter experts. Okay? Link up with that and form a community of great thinkers. And also ask the right questions. When you ask the right questions, you will get the right answers and the right results. Very, very important. And then T there stands for take calculated risks. Many people don't want to take risks. And if you don't take risks, you cannot achieve anything. So in achieving anything, you must take risks. So be courageous. Our youth have to be courageous in that. And then you have to insist on winning and overcoming any challenges and obstacles. There's no success without challenges. There are obstacles there, but then you need to have the resilience to overcome those challenges. So insist on winning and overcoming all the challenges you may face. Then V, visualize the end result. Visualize the goal. Always start or begin with the end in mind. And we have been told that if you can picture it, you can capture it. If you can see it, then you can seize it. So there are so many opportunities. And so we must begin to picture those opportunities and then work towards capturing them. Then the last but not the least, E, you need to execute and evaluate the result. You see? So you have a goal, you have a target, you need to execute those ideas you have and then check them against the results, whether you've at all achieved them or not. So ideas are there, but then we must translate those ideas to results, to reality. So we must take action. The problem we have here among the youth or among even the leaders is that we have so many ideas. We have so many policies. We have so many things if you go to the archives, we have them there. Professors are there. We have so many things in the libraries, everywhere locked up. But we are not able to operationalize them. We are not able to take action. And if you don't take action, all you know will be useless. So there's a need to take action to practicalize all that we have got to be able to get the results we intend to have.
Very quite informative there. We cannot wait to open the phone lines for the people on the other side of the round table to begin to also cross-fertilize their ideas with us. But Mr. Ejims, there's one question I need to ask you, because if you ask, maybe if I'm not exaggerating, at the risk of exaggerating my thoughts, maybe some 6 out of 10 people can blame their lack of creativity and transformation on the leadership. You know, they'll tell you, we don't have leaders, so the leaders don't support what we do. We have ideas, like you have said, we have all sorts of papers, white papers, blue papers, yellow papers, black papers, committees from here and there. Where's the place of leadership in encouraging creativity that will imminently lead to national transformation? Do they have a part to play? Are they playing their part now, or what do you see?
Thank you very much, Smart. Very important question again. Indeed, everything rises and falls on leadership. The leadership is the vision bearer, is one that charts the course, is one that, shows the way. And a good leader is one that knows the way, shows the way, and goes the way, so others follow. So if you have a bad leadership, of course, there will be no transformation. Okay, that's why in any organization where you have a very good leader, you will see transformation. If you bring another leader with the same people, you will not see the same change. So it's all about the leadership you have. Yes, leadership, they lead the change. And I'm going to use the word leaders as well to help our audience. Now, L stands for love and lead the transformation journey. You need to take the driver's seat. So you must be at the forefront. And then E, you have to exemplify creativity. We need to lead by example. Yeah, our leaders have to be example. They need to walk the talk and talk the talk. And then in their decision making, they need to make creative decisions as well. And that is what our leaders should start doing here in Nigeria. Other countries, their leaders are the ones really spearheading the change and transformation. And then A is that they must add value to the people by investing on human capacity building. That's how Ghana did it. And they're still doing that today. Even India and Singapore, they invested on human capacity. They had people-oriented programs. Like Said, we already have Said, which is skills acquisition and entrepreneurship development. Yes, but we need to monitor and follow through and make sure that it's really working and achieving the result it ought to achieve. D, there stands for Develop Youth Empowerment Programs. You may say, yes, we have them, but we need to have more. And so youth leadership development and talent management pool should be the focus of our leaders. And then you have to enrich our educational system. We have to enrich our educational system by introducing soft skills training as part of the curriculum. If you look at our educational system, you see that we are more of cognitive, domain. Yeah, we focus on cognitive domain, affective domain, motorcycle, and all that, but little emphasis on soft skills and interpersonal skills. And that's where creativity is. And so we need to, our government needs to enrich our educational system to ensure we achieve that. And then RE help to recognize and reward creative people. What is measured and rewarded gets done. And so when our leaders begin to get the talents, identify them, and begin to recognize what they're doing, their ideas, and then reward them, it will motivate them. It will inspire them to want to think more and to want to grow. And so it's important that is done. And then lastly, they need to set up a systemized, sustainable structure for national development. We need to have that structure in place where we have talents, we have creative minds who are just being sort of developed, and then they monitor end-to-end development to ensure that they solve a particular problem in the nation. That has to be properly defined and well articulated and then followed through to completion. If we have that sort of system from the leadership, I think it's going to help our creativity and also bring about the national transformation we want to see.
Thank you very much, Mr. Maxwell Ejims. Now we have another short quick break. When we get back, our phone lines will be opened to take your calls and also to read your text messages. Don't forget, our numbers remain 084-550-977. You can also call 084-555-977. We'll be taking phone calls on those lines. You can send us SMS to 0818-239-4143. That will be 0818-239-4143. SMS only to that particular line. This is Canvas, the Niger Delta Roundtable. We will be right back.
My name is I'm from Oyibo River State. I'm one of the beneficiaries of the Share Credit to Career Scholarship Scheme. I'm a student at University of Calabar. I can remember vividly in primary school when my headmaster came to the class. He told us about an exam we'll be taking. I stayed up all night. I was reading. One fateful Saturday, my mom woke me up. She was telling me that I passed. When I got to Jefta, it wasn't easy blending with the other students coming from a very remote place in Oyibo. I was just being overjoyed by the thought of being in a school like Jefta, eating good food. If you go to the various schools, you see the scholars topping their classes. Why? Because SPDC really cared for them. Thank you for giving me hope. Thank you for giving me a new life.
Authentic voices, supported by the Shell Petroleum Development Company joint venture, including NNPC, SPDC, TEPNG, and NAOC.
Welcome back. You're listening to Canvas, the Niger Delta Round Table. This is where we paint a picture of the future we want to see for our wonderful region, the Niger Delta. I have with me Mr. Maxwell Ejims, Managing Director of Maxisoft Solutions Company and Consulting Limited. And that he's been talking a whole lot here about creativity and national transformation. That's what we're discussing, developing creativity for national transformation. And Mr. Maxwell has said here, the summary of what he's been saying is that everything rises and falls on creativity. Without a creative people, we cannot be talking about transformation. We cannot be talking about anything transformation. And he has said, transformation begins with the person. It is a transformed person that will metamorphose into a transformed family. And when a family is transformed, the society is transformed. And when the society is transformed, the nation will be, that's a wholesale transformation will be witnessed in the nation. And so we need to move towards things that make for creativity that will in turn lead us to national transformation. He's talked about developing some IT skills. Of course, the 13-year-old Indian comes very much to mind. I mean, if we have so many of those 13-year-olds in the hinterlands and in our communities of the Niger Delta today who will put their hearts to things that will make for creativity, you can only imagine how far we can transform this wonderful region. And so the leadership has a role to play there, because it's the leadership that creates the pathway that people are going to follow. So we need leaders who will not just talk the talk, but also walk the talk. And that's a summary of what Mr. Ejims have been talking about here this morning. We are very much eager to go to the phone lines to take phone calls from you, and also to read out your text messages. Don't forget, you can still connect with us outside of the show with your thoughts, recommendations, and ideas on just about everything we share on this particular show. The Niger Delta is our responsibility, so you have to lend your voice to its growth. Remember, you can join the conversation on Twitter at Canvas on Air. That will be at Canvas on Air. Canvas is with just one S. Or you can go to our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/Canvas on Air. We're going to the phone lines. Please do call us, but move away from your radio set or shut the radio down completely, so don't get a hold back. If you're sending us SMS to the number 0818-239-4143, don't forget to put your name there, and also state the community or the location in the Niger Delta or beyond it where you are reaching us from. Please, if you're calling as well, just realize that there are many more persons in the Niger Delta who will be wanting to make contributions. Just keep your contribution short, simple, and of course straight to the point. 0818-239-4143. You can also call us on just call, that's for XMS. You can call us on 084-550-977 or 084-555-977. Good morning to you. Welcome to Canvas, the Niger Delta Roundtable.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I greet you again to the studio. My name is Matthew Kalio.
Matthew, where are you calling us from?
I'm in Port Harcourt.
Please go ahead with your contribution.
Yes, I guess Mr. Maxwell Ejims has spoken very, very eloquently. He has given a very fun lecture this morning. So to take it from the angle of the Niger Delta region as a case study for the teaming youth to be transformed, for them to become very creative and meaningful to themselves and that of the society at large. The major stakeholders in this region, we have the stakeholders, lawmakers representing us at various levels, regional rulers and governors. They should key into programs like this and see how they can make this program become impacted meaningfully on the average Niger Delta youth out there. Because whenever Niger Delta region is mentioned, we know what comes to one's mind. But of late, we can see that these programs are well articulated and taken to the hinterland at community level in form of town hall meetings, seminars, talk shops, workshops, and so on, even at the secondary primary school level, so that the children, the youth, as they are coming up, they become useful to themselves in terms of creativity and so on. There are a lot of children out there that are creative but wanted to be sponsored, to be encouraged to the next level. So like as I said earlier, when stakeholders within this region get persons like Maxwell Ejims and other people of like mind, sit on a roundtable community meetings and discuss, I think the Niger Delta youth will have a focus and have a sense of belonging to be useful to themselves and the society at large. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution. You too can join the conversation here on 084-550-977. You can also call us on 084-555-977 or send SMS to this number 0818-239-4143. That'll be 0818-239-4143. We're discussing with Mr. Maxwell Ejims, our guest here on Canvas today, developing creativity for national development. That's our subject of discussion here, developing creativity for national development. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to Canvas. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Looks like we lost the call there. Please, if you're calling us, do well to stay away from your radio set. The numbers to call, 084-550-977, or you can call us on 084-555-977. 977. You can also send us SMS to the number 0818-239-4143. 0818-239-4143. Developing creativity for national development is the subject of our discussion here. Please, if you are sending us SMS, don't forget to state your name and the city where you are texting us from. Okay, this message is not meant for Canvas. The SMS line is 0818-239-4143. 0818-239-4143. Please do not call the SMS line. Send only SMS to it. If you want to make a voice call to the program this morning, call us on 084-550-977. That will be 084-550-977, or you can call us on 084-555-977. That will be 084-555-977. We just want to remind you that the program is sponsored by the operator of the NNPC, SPDC, Total EMP, and Ajib joint venture, and that's the Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria Limited, headquartered in Port Harcourt. If you want to join us on the phone, voice calls to 084-550-977 or 084-555-977. Please do stay away from your radio set when you call. Hello, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us on Canvas, the Niger Delta Roundtable. Please do move away from your radio set as you're calling and try to speak up a little louder so everybody can hear you. Welcome to the show.
I appreciate the development Shell has been adding to the Niger Delta region. But I wanted to say to it, it's not all about creativity. Because in this area, we lack maintenance culture. There are a lot of creativity. You have a lot everywhere, but maintaining those things that are being created is a problem. You have to adapt his tradition. Even Jesus Christ, when he created the world, he made a provision for maintenance. So I just wanted to say that at least let us also adapt the maintenance culture for this creativity to have a good look on the face of the masses. Thank you.
You didn't tell us your name and where you're calling from. Okay, he cannot hear me there. He's talking about maintenance culture. Thank you so much. 084-550-977 or 084-555-977. Those are the numbers you can call, and you're with us here in the studio live. Please do stay away from your radio set when you call, and do try to speak up a little louder. Okay, Mr. Maxwell, while we're taking other calls, he talks about something. Before we go there, let's try to talk to this caller. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for calling. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
You are speaking with Samuel Lima, calling from Horokai in River State.
Okay, go ahead, please.
One of the problems that we in Niger Delta youth is facing is our leaders. They are not trying to train us and also maintain us. In the case of when we have a better skill and we don't have those that will move us forward to give us a better orientation and to maintain the skill and the orientation that we have. So that is my...
Okay, thank you very much. He's laying the blame of lack of creativity and transformation on lack of leadership or the inability of the leadership to actually encourage people. Mr. Maxwell, you may want to respond to two of those messages now.
Okay, thank you very much. Talking about sustainability, I did mention that while I was talking about the leadership role. Yeah, transformational leaders look at not just transformation for now, but sustainability transformation for the future. And so when you start the process, you need to ensure that once you achieve transformation, it's an experience, it's a journey. You must ensure consistency and continuity. And that's why if you look at some of these developed nations like the US, UK, and all that, there is a plan, sustainability plan. And so it's not just we've achieved the goal and to your tents, O Israel. So there must be that's why I said there must be a systemized, sustainable structure that will govern, monitor, and ensure that what we have attained is being sustained. Okay, so the leadership has to do that, and we need to also cooperate with the leadership. Once we have a structure in place, a policy in place, a system in place, we are also part of it. You understand what I'm saying? So we need to, follow what the leaders are setting up to ensure that that works as well. So sustainability plan and culture, maintenance culture is very, very important, both for the leaders and also for we, the citizens. And then talking about the contribution from Samuel, talking about leadership inability to help those who are creative. Yeah, I also talked about that. So the leaders should recognize creative people and then reward them. Not only recognize them, but you need to empower them. You need to create the enabling environment and then give them all the supports, moral support and all that, to ensure that they get their ideas operationalized. And that's also one of the things you see in these developed countries. One of the presidents of the United States of America, that's John F. Kennedy, he came up with a challenge. He said, we're going to the moon. And he threw up that challenge. That's a transformation. That's a new height. And so the team of scientists, they come together, the astronauts, they sat down and then they started brainstorming, and divergent creative thinking was employed. And eventually they were able to come up with the idea. And what did the president do? He created the enabling environment. He provided the resources and all the things they will need to ensure that that idea is being actualized. Indeed, they went to the moon. And that was hugely celebrated. That can be done also by our leaders here. We have creative people, no doubt. But then, how do we find them? How do we bring them together? And how do we sponsor them and ensure that all their creative ideas don't die with them, but they are being put into practical reality? So I think the leadership, they are hearing us. They will do the needful, and then I think we will get there. It's a journey. We'll keep learning as we go. And that's the essence of this program, to sensitize us and to bring out the key ideas we need to apply to be able to get the result we want to get.
Okay, let's return now to the Niger Delta region here. No doubt it's a very... Okay.
Just one more thing, as Samuel raised some, blame culture is always our culture here, which I think we need to correct. If you're always blaming others for your failure, then you will not make progress. So we must take responsibility, learn to take responsibility. We have events happening to us, but then the way we respond to those events will determine the outcomes we get. Challenges will be there, problems will be there, but always see opportunities in every difficulty. And believe you can make it, believe in yourself, and then work at it, and you will be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So let's stop the blame game and look inwards, harness our potentials, and be able to solve problems.
So as we begin to round off the program this morning, Mr. Ejims, can you tell us what things we must have in place here for this transformation to start? You were talking about some innate qualities we have. Are these things innate, or are they things we can find on the outside?
Okay, good question. Both, yeah. So transformational journey, begins with, first of all, establishing the need for change and then envisioning the new future. Yeah, so there must be a need for change, and then we must envision the future where we want to be, which is a transformation we want to achieve. And so vision is very, very important, and the leaders must set the vision. Individuals also must have vision for the future they want to have. So we must always begin with the end in mind, and then work at the ideas we've developed, and then make sure we actualize them. So first of all, it starts with the need for change. We must see the needs to change. We must see the need to reform our institutions. We must see the need to have a quality education. We must see the need to empower our youth and those who are creative. We must see the need to really achieve our national agenda for transformation. And then we'll have to walk the talk, like I said, plan the walk the plan.
And I have our youth in the Niger Delta, I have them at heart. How do we actually inculcate this attribute, amongst the youth of the region? How do we instill this attribute inside of them? Because everybody's looking for what will enter their pockets. People are looking for personal gains, and to also ask you, this thing we're talking about, will it actually translate to income earning or increase in income for those already earning now? Will it provide employment, and will it ensure the equitable distribution of resources that people from here are always agitating for?
Yes, like I mentioned earlier, we need to continue to sensitize the people. We must continue to develop the people. So we need to have, sort of programs at the local government level, at the state level, at the region, whatever level it is, to begin to develop people, to pass on the message that creativity is the key to transformation, nothing more, nothing less. So that must continue. And I think as we continue to emphasize and to drum it everywhere, people will begin to have that consciousness, and people will begin to key into it and to understand that there's no way, there's no shortcut other than creativity. And we need to also recognize them and reward them and support them, because whatever is not rewarded cannot be done. So we need to also understand that aspect as well. So the government, the leadership, everyone, even the organizations, they do that. You need to develop your people, train them, give them the right trainings, and then be able to give them the opportunities to exercise their creativity. And then once they deliver, they should be rewarded appropriately.
Thank you so much. Good morning. My name is Emmanuel from Bayelsa State, a student of Federal University Otoke. I'm a beneficiary of the SPDC scholarship. I just want to thank you for the scholarship, because it has given my parents a lot of relief on my tuition fee. And I just want to ask, when will the tuition fee be paid for this new semester? Okay. The people that paid the first one, I think they should be telling you when they're going to pay this semester. But I can get it that, okay, you're a recipient from there in Bayelsa. I'm sure they're listening. They will get back to you. Thank you very much for this program. Please, I want to know if creativity is the only hallmark for national development. Daniel sent in that text message from my Tudiobu Port Harcourt.
Okay.
He's asking a question here.
Okay, everything rises and falls on creativity. It's not that creativity is all you need, but it is fundamental. It's a starting point, because you cannot create anything without, first of all, creating the idea. So creativity is the ability, like I said, to use your imagination to develop new ideas, to originate new things. And so these ideas are being turned to results and reality. So everything begins with ideas. That's why I say the world is ruled by men of great ideas. And I believe also that the world can be transformed. Nigeria can be transformed. Niger Delta can be transformed by men that are creative. So when you have creative ideas, you can be sure you can do anything that is doable. God himself was creative. He created the world because he uses creative power. He has also charged us to go, multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it. So it's about exercising the creativity that we have inside of us. So everything is about creativity. All other things can come, other soft skills can come, leadership and all that. In fact, effective leadership is born out of creativity.
And maybe on a final note, this region has been said to be very blessed, with some resources, whether human and mineral resources that you cannot find elsewhere. What are the peculiarities about this region that can actually aid development of creativity for regional transformation, which will of course lead to national transformation. When you outline that in just a couple of minutes, what are the challenges we are expected to face? Or is it just going to be a walk in the park, we're creative and boom, you just see development of the region and then to the national?
Okay, thank you very much, Smart. Once again, Niger Delta region is blessed. Let's say is the treasure base of the nation. So without Niger Delta, you can tell the story. And so we have fertile land, yeah, and so that can develop our creativity in agro businesses as well. We have rivers and waterways, yeah, tourism is there, transportation and energy generation is also an opportunity. We have mineral resources apart from oil and gas. We have other resources we can tap on, and so there are so many opportunities in Niger Delta. There's market for it, so it's for you to begin to see the needs of the people and see what you can do to add value to the people, and then you will be able to contribute to the transformation of the region. Now, are there challenges? Obviously, yes. So the challenge is basically negativity. And we're told that negativity is the enemy of creativity. Okay? And so we also have the challenge of resistance to change. People are resisting change. They want to maintain status quo. They don't want to, move, from one point, the old order to the new order like I talked about. And then the blame game. Of course, you see many people blaming the leadership, blaming that for not achieving success. So we need to take the responsibility in solving this problem. But before I talk about the solution, there's inaction as well. For me, inaction is ideas, no action. So the IN is ideas, no, then action. Many people don't take action, though they may have the ideas. That's also a challenge. And fear of taking risks. There are so many people that have creative ideas, but they are afraid to step out and then achieve what they want to achieve. They are not, willing to try new things and new territories. So what are the solutions? The immediate solutions, number one, there must be self-awareness. We must begin to look inward and see the potentials we have, the strengths we have, and then harness them to the maximum limit. And then personal development. People should learn to read. People should research more, because readers will make you create. When you read, you become creative. And so it's very, very important. And then positivity and possibility thinking, is very, very important. We need to think positively and we need to think possibility. You see, so if you believe you can do anything, then you can. Wherever there is a will, there is a way. And then there should be out of the box thinking. We should think out of the box. Divergent kind of thinking. That is a skill we need to develop. And then courage to take calculated risks as well. We should have courage to take calculated risks. Many people, I tell you, I've interacted with them, they have brilliant ideas. And that's why I have a network, which is Solution Providers Network. It's just a community of people who have ideas, solutions to problems in every sector, and we begin to see how we can operationalize and implement those ideas to add value to society. That's already ongoing. So we need to do that as well, and then we should act on our creative ideas without delay. We must put everything to action until what you know becomes what you do. You know nothing, and so it's important we do that. Then we should stay resilient, because there are opposition challenges, but resilience will help you to conquer every resistant force you may have on the way. And lastly, we must be focused and determined to achieve our goal.
Thank you so much. And of course, this brings us now to the end of our show for today. But it's by no means the end of the discussion on how to improve the Niger Delta. We must say thank you to all of you who called in or sent in text messages to ensure that this was truly a round table. We've been discussing developing creativity for national transformation. In a nutshell, is what Mr. Maxwell Ejims has been speaking about. Mr. Maxwell, thank you so much for coming to Canvas today.
Thank you, Smart.
We also wish to thank our sponsors, the operator of the NNPC, SPDC, Total EMP, and Ajib Joint Venture. And that's the Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria Limited, headquartered in Port Harcourt. And many thanks to you, the listener, for your active participation. I am Smart Uzechi, and this is Canvas, the Niger Delta Roundtable. We'll come your way again, same time, same station, next week. Till that time, from me and everybody in the studio here is goodbye for now.